So a bit of a different intro, but today I'm on my way to go and get ourselves, let me turn that off. Okay. So today we're on our way to go and get ourselves the new Apple Watch SE 3. Seems like a very good budget option for people getting into the ecosystem or somebody who's looking to sort of upgrade from the Apple Watch SE 1. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out once I've got the watch with me. I can't go ahead and get a watch for my partner without my partner, so she's there with me. And we're going to go and get this sorted out right now. We cannot go to an Apple store simply because the nearest Apple store to my place is maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours away. So I'm not going to do that. We'll go to a Curry's to get that done. I'll see you guys once we've got the watch and once we've got some things to say about it. Fresh out of Curry's, we're looking at the Apple Watch SE 40mm Starlight. We did not go for the cellular version because cellular version, especially in a watch that is this small, is just going to drain the battery out like crazy. And I haven't used it yet to actually check anything like that out, but generally the rule says if it's got cellular, the battery is going to be terrible. So it is not cellular, it's Wi-Fi, so it's going to connect with the iPhone via Bluetooth and will connect everything. One interesting thing that I found, which is literally written on the package itself, is that this would require for you to be on iOS 26 or later to be able to use the watch. So that's a bit interesting. So previous phones will have to update to iOS 26. If not, Apple Watch SE or SE2 would pretty much do the same thing. But we'll check it out and we'll get over everything in the full review. So we'll unbox it tonight. We'll get it all set up. I will do the initial impressions tomorrow, see what the watch is saying, and then we'll take it from there. Right, so we've had the watch for about a day now. Now I've just put it on for this part of the video really, but actually it's my partner who's been using it for the most part. Confession though, I did unbox the watch last night, but the lighting wasn't so good, so I'll throw some bits and pieces here and there. But there's nothing too exciting about the watches. If you've had any Apple product before, you pretty much know exactly how it's going to look like. But unboxes, the unboxing experience is not different at all. But because I did set it up and I used it initially for a little while, I'll take you through my first impressions, and then of course my partner's going to come in and take you through the rest. So to start things off, visually, I think it is a really, really good looking watch. It looks just like the previous ones, don't get me wrong, but this is the first time we've had an Apple Watch with us. And I'm not particularly blown away by it looks, but it's a really good design, really simple. Apple definitely know what they're doing with the design of this watch and all the others as well. The bezels are slightly chunky, but if you haven't had an Apple Watch before, this wouldn't really make a difference to you. If you're coming from a bigger watch, maybe from a Series 10, Series 9, something that's bigger than a 40mm, you will understand what the difference is when it comes to the thinness of the bezels. I'm actually going to be testing this watch out, although I'm not going to be using this forever. I will be testing this watch out for the purpose of the full review. And because the only other watch I have is a Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, that is what I'll be comparing it against. So it's just there to make sure I'm tracking everything properly and I've got a comparison metric right next to me. The watch itself is so fluid and it's so nice to actually use. It feels so responsive. And comparing that to the Watch 6 Classic, which is substantially more expensive, I'm not gonna lie, I think Apple is onto something. It definitely feels a lot more polished. And it looks really good. The screen's really nice. It is an AMOLED display and you can tell because the bezel just blends into the back screen. And do you know what? I think the animations are super smooth. And this would be something, if it was slightly bigger, it might be something for me to consider because the 40mm size is too big for these chunky fingers. But let's take it to the person who's been using this more than I have. And because she's from the Apple family, she'll probably be able to give you a much better breakdown.
So visually, I think it's a beautiful watch. It looks so nice on my hand. The starlight color with the matching band, I think was the best choice. The 40mm size fits perfectly on my hand. It feels appropriate, not too big, not too small. So I think this was the right size and the right color for me to go for. So the screen itself looks really bright. It has bezels, but it merges really well with the screen itself. The size of the screen matches perfectly with the small hands and wrist I have. It is really easy to navigate. It is really free-flowing. I can't see any lags or anything. The colors look perfect, and I'm able to navigate through all the app icons on the app very easily. So yesterday after unboxing, we kept the watch, we took the phone, downloaded the watch app. The watch automatically connected to my phone, transferring all the data that it needed, and it automatically got transferred. So all my contacts, my chats, all the apps are now stored in this little device, and the setup was really quick and easy. It hardly took 2 minutes. So as soon as I put the watch on my wrist, the watch automatically started guiding me how to go through and how to set it up. So it was telling me about the different features, about the different gestures I would do to make certain tasks happen. It was navigating me to different watch faces I have the options to choose from, and the different set of looks of the app, the grid view and the list view as well. So 2 reasons I would say I went for the SE instead of the Watch 11 series. Well, so when we were at Curry's and I side by side compared both the watches, the minimum size option to go for the Watch 11 was the 44mm size, which I think was looking too big for my wrist. So that was the first reason to go for the SE, as it was giving me the 40mm screen size. And the second option was, this watch comes in with all the basic features you need in your everyday life, like reading your notifications, setting up your alarms, you name it and you have it. The few fancy features which were there in Watch 11, I don't think I would have personally used it very frequently, maybe like once in a blue moon. So spending that extra 100 quid to get some features that I would use very rarely didn't make much sense to me. So I think the Watch SE was the best option for me. So when it comes to comparing the Apple Watch SE to any other smartwatch that you have available in the market, I think it offers you all the features that you can get in any watch. So I don't think there's anything particular that I've noticed as of now that would attract me towards, or tell the audience to buy this particular watch and not go for anything else. But I think it's still too early to say it. I still have a few more days to review it, and then maybe I'll be able to tell you if it gives me some reason to definitely go for the Apple Watch. So it's only been a few hours that I've just used this watch. I put it on last night, slept with it. Next morning when I woke up, I was able to track my sleep, which I was not able to do very efficiently on the health app. So when we unboxed the watch, it was already at 87%. So we set it up, I wore it all throughout the night, and it's about 4:10 in the afternoon the next day, and the battery I can see is 31%. So I did use it a bit, I was navigating through it. So we'll see how the battery life is when I actually use it day to day, and we get to it in the full review as well.
Alright, so you've heard everything to do with the initial impressions of the Apple Watch SE, and this is going to be my first time using it fully as well, because I'm going to test this out for a little while. It's going to be her majoritarily, so the full video will be a good sort of mix between my views and her views. We'll see if we can get it back for the full video as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to be using this watch with the Watch 6 Classic and seeing exactly how it compares, if it's any better. And I'm going to try and do some real life sort of metrics as well, physically counting the steps at the very least. And we'll see exactly how good this watch is. I'm not expecting it to be a whole lot like the Ultra at all. All I want this watch to do is serve its purpose of being a good, affordable Apple Watch. And we'll see exactly how that goes when the time comes. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.